Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? I'm your host, Bad Guy Ibra. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And yes, today, something that I've been meaning to talk about actually quite for such a long time now, to be honest. Well, it's been maybe almost 2 months now since Anthony Joshua got his ass handed to him by Alexander Usyk. It was a good sensational performance by Alexander Usyk. You know, it was very technical. I mean, he was precise with every shot. He was aggressive if he needs to, and his counter punching was just absolutely sensational. We've all watched it. You've watched it. I've watched it. You know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about, and every person knows what it's talking about. So let's get ready to get this party started, ladies and gentlemen. Since I was disappointed with Anthony Joshua's performance, I think the best thing for AJ is not to jump into I mean, he could jump into a rematch, and there's definitely a possibility that he could definitely win his title. I mean, we saw what happened against Andy Ruiz after he lost the first fight. A lot of people were like, and then Joshua can't win his belt back. You know, that's what people say generally. People are very sort of like skeptic. Everyone's got an opinion nowadays because of social media. Due to this social media going on, I've got an opinion as well. Anyways, it was amazing. I mean, it was amazing watching Anthony Joshua lose, but let's be honest here, Usyk was the better man. And precisely, I probably only gave Anthony Joshua maybe 3 rounds. That's the most, to be honest, maybe 4. But to be honest, to be genuinely honest, I think Alexander Usyk won that fight by quite a substantial margin. It was a beautiful performance from the Ukrainian. So this brings me to what's next for Anthony Joshua. I was rambling on what's next for AJ, what's next for Anthony Joshua, and honestly, since Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Deontay Wilder, recently lost to, the Gypsy King Tyson Fury. I think, honestly, it's always the best option for Anthony Joshua to take a rematch. But for about my personal opinion, I'd probably recommend AJ, because he made a video today. He was like, now he's not joking about it. He's probably looking to switch his coaches and that. But I think probably AJ and Deontay Wilder should have been the fight. Always the fight that I'm looking forward to than any other fight, to be honest. Anthony Joshua and the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder, honestly, that's going to be such a good fight. And we saw when Wilder fought Tyson Fury, generally we thought Fury was going to outbox him, and eventually Deontay Wilder, as he always does, just looks for that devastating shot. That didn't happen. Clearly didn't happen. And Tyson Fury, he did land a shot. You know what I mean? He dropped Tyson Fury twice, I think. And, Tyson Fury dropped him a couple of times and eventually got the finish in that. But I think Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua is the fight that I'm looking forward to. It's the fight that I think boxing fans across the world we'll really appreciate, to be honest, because you remember initially it was meant to be Anthony Joshua, AJ Anthony Joshua versus the Gypsy King Tyson Fury, bro. That was the fight that was meant to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I've talked about it. I was excited and I was looking forward to that fight, mate, but it didn't happen because Fury got COVID. Fury got COVID. It was a disappointing fight, and I was very confident that Anthony Joshua was going to beat Tyson Fury. But after looking, retrospectively speaking, after looking at the Anthony Joshua fight against Alexander Usyk, I'm struggling to figure out how Anthony Joshua could have possibly beating Tyson Fury after that shocking performance. Now, Usyk was a smaller man. I'm not going to lie, Usyk moves a lot. And, me being a tall boxer, AJ being tall, the smaller person tends to be, sometimes they move their head really good, you know what I mean? And you don't want to be chasing them all over, and you don't want to make yourself look stupid. I'm pretty sure Anthony Joshua was avoiding that. But honestly, it's a beautiful performance. So, my recommendation for Anthony Joshua is, although, he might think the best thing to do is switch coaches, which probably would work well, to be honest, especially these American coaches, man. They're sick, dude. Amazing. Like America, down in America, mate, they've got really, really, really good coaches. These motherfuckers, I don't know what they do, mate. Homie, what's up, homie? What's up? He's saying, homie, what's saying? Ging, ging, ging. Anyways, okay, I don't know what I'm talking about, but honestly, it was a sensational performance from Alexander Usyk and Joshua. My recommendation, I mean, a lot of people gave that same recommendation. I think he just needs to, switch trainers, which I think definitely would work for him, to be honest. Go for some American guy, maybe Malik Scott, but that's Malik Scott is Tyson Fury's coach, so that's not going to work. But you know what I mean? Just find a really good coach, and honestly, be more aggressive rather than be reserved like he was against Usage, and eventually pick a fight against Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber, in England. And which is not going to happen, by the way, but I'm dreaming about it. I'm fantasizing about it, ladies and gentlemen. And Joshua versus the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder at Wembley Stadium in England, or at the Manchester Arena in England. And Joshua, the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder. Honestly, that's going to be a sensational bout. Honestly, absolutely sensational. I'm looking forward to it. I'm dreaming that the fight happens. Honestly, Deontay Wilder, he's shown against Tyson Fury that he's got heart, he's got balls, he's got it all. To be honest, he was just that Tyson Fury was the better man. But yeah, that's the fight I'm looking forward to, ladies and gentlemen. AJ versus the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder. It's the fight to make. Not much to say, to be honest. Both fighters, amazing knockout records, to be honest. Like, if you look at Wilder's knockouts against the likes of Dominic Breazeale, or the guy, let me check his name. I keep forgetting his name, but the Cuban Luis Ortiz, that's his name, honestly. I really apologize for that. I just want to take the time to apologize to absolutely nobody. But anyways, Wilder against Luis Ortiz. Was a good fight, and Deontay Wilder knocked him out. He knocked out Dominic Breazeale in the first round, and in Joshua's previous fight before the fight against